I'm Dr. Chad Miller. I work at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and Kailua High School, and where I serve as the philosopher in residence. The essential idea is they want kids to be able to think for themselves in order to create intellectually responsible and intellectually safe communities. So in order to do that, teachers need support to try to figure out how this works in their class. And this is the way that I taught my own 10th and 12th grade English classes. So because I've been considered an expert, that I go in and I help teachers really figure out how the idea of community, inquiry, philosophy, and reflection fit into their practices. If you look at the spirit of the Common Core, to me, when I look at it and when I speak with other people and some of the authors of it, it seems like the spirit of it is it wants people to think for themselves. They want students to ask questions, they want them to be engaged. And when I look at the way that I'm teaching, using philosophy for children and the philosopher's pedagogy, we share that aim. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. One of the main activities that we would do often in my classes is this activity called Plain Vanilla. And what Plain Vanilla is you start with a text, a reading, a piece of art, a video, whatever it is. We experience it. Could be for homework, could be together. And then what the next thing you do is all the students and teacher formulate questions. So they think about, okay, what does this make me wonder about? It's this idea of bringing wonder back in. And then we formulate these questions using the Good Thinkers Toolkit. Dr. Tom Jackson from the University of Hawaii developed a way for kids to internalize what reasoning is. So they're gonna ask for clarification, they're gonna seek reasons, they're gonna identify assumptions, make solid inferences, or identify implications. We're going to pause and then we're going to reflect on this experience. Okay, what was it that you learned today and why is it important to your life? And then we're also going to reflect on our community, like was it intellectually safe? Were we listening to each other? And then we're going to reflect on that, the intellectual aspect too. Like, did you have any progress in your thinking today? Did you make connections that you never had? So the whole idea is to push kids' thinking through every single thing that we're doing, but it's very, very structured. But the structure does not get in the way of it being an inquiry. So it's very free, but it's a structured freedom. Like if we want teachers to actually do something, they actually have to experience it because they have to feel what it's like. Because if once you feel something, then you can attempt to recreate that in your own classes. Yeah, it might be different than the way that you learned, but it's that feeling that you're striving for. Like the feeling I got when I first dunked a basketball. I wanted to do it over and over and over again. And I knew exactly what it felt like. And I think teachers are the same way. Like once they experience something, like, yeah, you know what, this is learning, this is teaching, they're more apt to recreate it rather than just seeing it on paper and being like, well, who's this coming from? Because when you open up the papers or look on the internet and the backlashes, it seems like people are uninformed about really what it's intended to do. I feel like the spirit would speak to a teacher because teachers get into it because we want to make the world a better place, not because we want to give Johnny 17 points more on a test score. The whole idea is for me not to create better test takers, it's to create better people. When I look at the Common Core, that's exactly what the spirit of it is.